Oh yeah, watch.
Starting with breaking news, Finnish authorities have officially stated that Simon Ekpa, Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, has no connections to terrorism. This announcement came from Crime Commissioner Otto Hiltunen, who told MTV Uutiset that the ongoing preliminary investigation found no evidence linking Ekpa's actions to terrorist organizations. This development directly counters the narrative pushed by the Nigerian government and Ekpa's critics, who have sought his extradition. Many Biafrans are celebrating this announcement, viewing it as a significant victory. Calls for his immediate release are growing louder, with supporters asserting that he has no case to answer. Ekpa has long been a controversial figure, with his push for Biafra's independence frequently clashing with Nigerian authorities. While his detractors argue against his methods, his supporters view him as a leader willing to stand up for his people in the face of systemic oppression. While some were celebrating developments in Finland, a brutal attack unfolded in Eha-Amufu, Isi-Uzo local government area of Enugu State. Armed Fulani herdsmen launched an assault that left 3 farmers dead and several others injured. The gruesome attack occurred on Friday and has plunged the community into mourning. Disturbing reports from the scene revealed that one victim was killed while working in his rice field. Witnesses described how the attackers left behind chaos and destruction, destroying farmland and harvesting hopes. Videos too graphic to share showed one victim lying lifeless beside a basket of cassava he had harvested shortly before the attack. Community leader Ojinyi Odo lamented the devastation caused by the attack. He pointed out that the herdsmen not only killed locals, but also destroyed rice farms ready for harvest, further exacerbating the community's struggles. This attack is part of a long history of violence in Eha-Amufu. Between 2017 and 2022, over 20 settlements were destroyed, and at least 123 locals lost their lives to similar assaults. Despite the persistent violence, the Nigerian government has failed to take decisive action. The situation worsened when wounded victims of the recent attack were denied medical care at Enugu State University Teaching Hospital due to an ongoing workers' strike. Odo questioned why soldiers stationed in the community were withdrawn just before the attacks resumed. This withdrawal, many believe, reflects the Nigerian army's alleged complicity in such incidents. The BRGIE, led by Simon Ekpa, has long accused the Nigerian government of providing cover for such attacks, describing them as an orchestrated attempt at ethnic cleansing. Biafrans argue that these recurring tragedies justify their call for independence and self-defense.
In solidarity with Biafra, the Ambazonia Governing Council has strongly condemned the arrest of Simon Ekpa in Finland and the detention of Dr. Cho Ayaba in Norway. In a press statement, the council criticized Finland and Norway for targeting freedom fighters instead of holding oppressive regimes accountable for their atrocities. The statement highlighted the systemic violence, displacement, and exploitation faced by Biafrans and Ambazonians under Nigerian and Cameroonian governments. Entire villages have been destroyed, millions displaced, and thousands killed. Yet international bodies have remained largely silent. The Council urged the international community, including the European Union, United Nations, and International Criminal Court, to take swift action against Nigeria and Cameroon. They emphasized the need for global accountability to prevent further suffering, stating that freedom fighters are not criminals, but voices for the oppressed. The statement also called on Finland and Norway to release Simon Ekpa and Dr. Ayaba, stressing the importance of supporting liberation movements over authoritarian regimes. Adding their voice to the growing support for Simon Ekpa, the Yoruba Nation Christian Association Yornka addressed a letter to Finland's president and local authorities. The letter sought to counter the narrative being propagated by the Nigerian government, which has accused Ekpa of criminal activities. Yornka's letter described Simon Ekpa as a defender of justice and a champion for oppressed communities. It accused the Nigerian government of failing its citizens and being complicit in acts of terror. The association also cited examples of violence across Nigeria, including the massacre at a Catholic church in Owo, Ondo State, where terrorists killed hundreds of worshippers. Eastern Nigeria has seen similar violence, with thousands of Christians reportedly killed in ongoing attacks. The letter urged immediate international intervention, stating that the Nigerian government has lost its moral authority to govern. Yornka commended Finland for resisting pressure to act against Ekpa and praised his family's resilience during these trying times. The letter concluded by reaffirming Ekpa's role as a beacon of hope for oppressed people, stating that his mission is divinely inspired.
The sit-at-home protest in southeastern Nigeria, organized by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and now overseen by the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, remains a steadfast act of civil disobedience, demanding the release of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. Despite government crackdowns, threats, and accusations of enforcement by BRGIE, residents continue to comply, driven by solidarity and unresolved grievances. Footage from the latest protest shows businesses, schools, and transport services shutting down, with streets deserted.
You don't see them? And they have had. Yes.